So let's talk about the stuff I've been reading for the month of May. I thought that I hadn't read a lot, but once I got pulled out my stack and started getting together my thoughts, I kind of read some stuff. So let me share that with you. One of the things that I've been reading is The Journey and the Promise of African American Preaching, and that's by Kenyatta Gilbert. And this was recommended to me because I had talked about in a previous video about this year that I was starting to be a Sunday school teacher, and this book gives a lot of history about the African American church and how preachers and teachers in the church have had to have 3 different focuses in their voice in teaching the word. And so I read it, and I got a lot of information that I think I can use over this year as I'm beginning to teach more and more. And so that's all the good Christian girl stuff that I'm going to talk about right now, because I'm finna go into something that's really nasty, and that's the Pisces. And this is by Melissa Broder, and I picked this up because of Dee Dee's recommendation on an Instagram live. It is a book that was on the Women's Prize long list, and it's about a girl named Lucy who has been kind of cray-cray in her relationship, and she hooks up with a merman. I didn't even know what a merman was until Dee Dee's live, and she was talking about it. So it's a male mermaid. And it is very sexy. It is very, has a sarcastic, satirical tone to the book. And the sad part is I've known people who have been crazy in relationships. And so that kind of this book reminded me of that. I can see why some people wouldn't like it, especially if you're very conservative or don't believe that people do some of the stuff they do, because some of the stuff she did, I was like, girl, you just Looney Tunes. But if you've read it, I love to have discussions about it. I also believe that the way she wrote this book, it probably could be, because it was a little something at the end. If you read it, you might can figure out what I'm talking about, that makes you think that this story maybe continued. I don't know. We'll see. So the next thing I want to talk about that I've been reading is The Prince and the Dressmaker. And I actually read this in one day. And it's a graphic novel. It has some very nice graphics in it. I don't know if you can see those. But anyway, it is about a young prince who is a cross-dresser. And he hires this girl to be his personal dressmaker. And she does a fabulous job and winds up getting recruited and all this. But to me, it's some ambiguity about their actual relationship. You don't know if is he gay? Is he straight? Is she his love interest? None of that. But it's just a little story that was something to pass my day. So I liked it, and I got this recommendation from her channel name is it's Wild something. I will flash it across here so you can see what her channel name is. Ooh, I should have wrote it down before I started talking. I have also read a short story by Samuel Delany. The short story is The Tale of Gorgik, and it is in a collection that I'm reading called The Children of the Night, and it was edited by Gloria and Naylor, and it is a collection of African American short fiction, and it was published in like 1996. So all of the stories were from I think around 1960 something to 1996. So it was about 30 years worth of different stories, and that is the first story. And Samuel Delany is a science fiction author, so of course I struggled a little bit with it, but it really was a commentary on slavery. And you have this guy Gorgik who starts off looking at people who are what we would consider slaves in this town that, you know, it's a fantasy town, but he winds up getting sent into the salt mines, and he gets the affection of this higher up lady, and she uses him for her plaything. So he goes from a mine worker to a sex worker, and through that relationship he gets to experience some of the finer things in life. The biggest thing I can take away from that story is that society has different classes, and all the classes are fascinated with each other, and that became evident as the aristocratic lady was she was constantly trying to find slave men to have sex with and play with, but they were the slaves were fascinated with this aristocracy. So it's just always a mutual back and forth. So that was my takeaway from that. I forgot to mention that my book club read Tiffany Haddish's book, The Last Black Unicorn, for our book club selection this month. I did not go to the meeting, and I'm really kind of frustrated with my book club right now. I actually think I'm going to make a video to have just a little discussion about the situation that's going on. So that's another selection. I also read a short story by Sherley Williams. She reminds me a lot of Zora Neale Hurston in that she writes in Southern Negro dialect, but the short story really bored me, and I can't even remember the name of it now, but I did want to go ahead and put her name out there because she is a writer, and we should discuss everything that we read. I hope you had a good reading month in the month of May. Thanks for watching, and have a great day.